this is going to sound really obvious, but it's so true. And it's the fact that you're the only thing that can change, basically. And you make your own decisions, you make your own actions, no one else can do it for you. And it's the whole thing linking back to the whole Stoic thing about the fact you basically can only control your responses to external events happening in the world, to external events happening to you, whatever, that kind of thing. And people need to realize this and just use this in their life. It's just realize this. The first step to actually this helping you in general is just recognizing the fact that, yeah, something happened to you. It's outside your control. Don't worry about it. What's the point of worrying about it? But you can respond to it and you can keep going. And like I said many times before, this can literally be used in any part of your life. Literally, I mean, let's say in the gym, for example, outside event, genetics. You can't control your genetics. The only thing you can control is you responding to this. It's one of these things. So how would you respond to it? Would you just do nothing? Or would you actually just keep working hard anyway? And that's the whole thing. You can just you can use this kind of mindset, template kind of thing, literally anywhere in your life, and realize there's always something you can do. So just remember that. And another really important point is the fact that you can't control what other people think about you. You can't control other people's actions. And that's a really common one, just naturally for everyone, just worrying about what other people think about them. Just, let's say you've done something embarrassing, what will other people think about me, whatever. The thing is, what I really like to do is just think about what is the worst that can happen. Anyway, let's say you've done something really embarrassing, you've embarrassed yourself in public, whatever. What is the worst that can happen? They'll forget about it in like 5 minutes. It's the truth, because everyone's too worried about their own little thing. Everyone's in their mind, in their own little world. And that's something you just need to understand. The fact that nobody really cares and everyone's in their own little world. Everyone's gonna forget that embarrassing thing you did literally in 5-10 minutes. Like, literally, it's not a huge deal. What is the worst that can happen? Don't take everything so seriously. It's that kind of mindset, which I just think is really valuable, because it's so easy to stress over things like embarrassing things you might have done before in the past. It's so easy to stress over that for no reason, because it's just human nature to just think about that for a long time and think about, yeah, that was so stupid, that was such a stupid mistake, whatever. It's so easy to do that, but you just need to realize and just ask yourself, just really ask yourself, just sit down and ask yourself in your head, what is the worst that can happen? You can set reminders for this, whatever, on your phone. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen after something happens to you, after something really embarrassing happens to you, whatever. Just ask yourself that, because it's so valuable. So that's just a really important tip, which you should just remember. And kind of linked to this point is the fact that the past literally doesn't matter, doesn't exist. Now, what's the point thinking about it when you can't change it? And this is linked to the whole thing about other people's feelings, whatever, other people's actions. It's all in the past anyway if you're thinking about it. So just realize that, recognize that the past doesn't matter, and just stop taking it so seriously. And that's the whole point about this video. If you just remember one thing about this video, just stop taking it so seriously. Because the fact is that in about 200 years, 300 years, nobody's going to remember anything anyway. And so just stop taking it seriously. Just remember, nobody actually cares what you're doing. And that's a good thing. You can see this as a good thing or a bad thing. See this as a good thing. Well, you see this as a bad thing, as in the fact that nobody cares, why am I doing anything? Or you could see this in a good way, as in nobody cares, so why don't I do what I really want to do? Why don't I do that which I've been pressured not to do it? Or why don't I do that? Why don't I start something new or whatever? It can be literally anything. Just remember that you can't control other people's thoughts. And why would you care about other people's thoughts who you don't care about? Like, and it's that simple. Just have this mindset around it. And linked to this is the fact that just focus on the things you can control. And a really like popular rule I've heard about this is the 80-20 rule, which is the fact that 20% of the things you do lead to 80% of the results. And what I would say is that most of us prioritize the wrong things, as in the 20% so basically it's the most important 20% leads to 80% of the results. We spend too much time on the least important stuff, on worrying about what other people think about us, on worrying about other people's actions, and worrying about the past, whatever. If you start thinking more about yourself, start thinking more about your actions, then you actually prioritize the most important 20%, leading to 80% of the actual outcome. So just remember the 80-20 rule. Start prioritizing the most important things in your life, and just stop. Just stop. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? And stop worrying about what other people think about you, what other people judge you as, whatever. It literally does not matter. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something today, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.